Hey guys, MCU Collector here with another figure review. Next up is the ThreeZero Marvel Studios The Infinity Saga DLX War Machine Mark II from Avengers Age of Ultron. So this one I'm very excited about because the Infinity Saga figures by ThreeZero, the DLX figures, these things are awesome. We just took a look at the Iron Man Mark II and the Iron Man Mark III from the first Iron Man movie. Now let's check out War Machine. I think he's going to be very similar to the Iron Patriot from Iron Man 3, which I took a look at many months ago. So we'll do a comparison there. We'll take a look at this guy next to the Marvel Legends version, which I forgot to do for the Mark II and the Mark III. But let's get into it and check out War Machine. Thanks to Big Bad Toy Store for getting this out my way so I can review for you guys. These are some awesome figures, and War Machine is in stock right now at Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the video description below. Looking at the box, we get Avengers Age of Ultron. Look at the War Machine there. We get the side. We get that official ThreeZero seal, a bunch of legal stuff on the back. We open this bad boy up to get a look at the figure and some of the stuff that comes along with it, and then we could see the figure there in the window box, but it's difficult to see, so let's go ahead and open this up and get War Machine Rhodey out of the box. Hey, before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and help me reach my goal of 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're less than 3,000 away, and with all of your guys' help, we can make that goal, and the progress so far has been fantastic. Thank you all for your continued support, but if you haven't already, please make sure to hit that subscribe button. Ooh-wee. Okay, here we have the War Machine figure out of the package, and my goodness, this is such a good one. The Iron Patriot was really nice, but, you know, the blue and red, it looks good, it's nice and shiny and stuff, but the black and silver, just looks so nice. It's essentially the same exact figure. Like, if I look at it side by side, and everything about it, it's basically the exact same. There's nothing different. So it's essentially just a repaint of each other. And the Iron Patriot, really good. War Machine just looks so much better. I love the black and silver. It's a matte black finish, which is nice. Yeah, just really, really good. There, I do have the light up feature going. I'll have to go back. Like the Iron Patriot light up, the chest didn't light up very good. Like if you look here, the War Machine lights up pretty good. And one thing that's tricky about these ones compared to the Iron Mans, like the cool thing about the Iron Man figures, like if I bust out, you know, Mark III here, I could just press on the arc reactor and it'll hit the button. But the War Machine and Iron Patriot, unfortunately, you can't just do. Oh, wait, I just did. Oh, did my batteries die on Iron Patriot? I better look into that. Oh, okay. So I was doing it earlier and it wasn't working. So apparently I just did it wrong because, oops, my bad. So confirmation, bam, we can turn that on and off. The eyes, though, you do have to pop the head off and then hit the button. Iron Patriot, I think I'm going to have to put some new batteries in there. So I will take care of that and we'll show that off a little bit later in the side-by-sides. But here, the War Machine figure, such a nice one. Man, I just love the way it looks. We got the shoulder cannon there, and that can kind of fold around and everything like that. So you could do that, can kind of swivel around and everything. I think out of the package, it's kind of like this, so it's folded up. So if you wanted to do that for storage, you could do that as well. All kinds of good stuff. Now, just like with the Iron Man figures, we get 4 flame effects. We get 2 of these shorter, thicker ones and 2 of the longer, thinner ones. So 4 of these blast effects in total, 2 for the hands and then 2 for the feet. So that's why you get 4. So that is cool. And then we also get these like little missile or guns for the forearms. So just like the Iron Patriot, except these are obviously black in color. Same exact pieces. You could just pull that right off the forearm, and then you could just place this in its place. Like so, just kind of clips in there, so you can have kind of that forearm gun there. So that is also a really nice touch there. Let's see if we get that arm to go out a little bit. Bam! So that is really cool that we got that. I like that. And then in terms of hands, we get the same thing. So just like with the Iron Man figures, we get extra sets of hands. So we have hands that have the peg hole in there for the blast effects, and then you have hands that have the center painted in silver for, you know, just like a gesturing hand. So you have the 2 different versions. Now, these are hard to tell the difference between them, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I look at these, I'm like, man, I don't know the difference. So there's, you know, the peg. Let me move him. There's the, you know, peg version and then the silver painted version. But the what I'm talking about is you get the extra sets of hands. So wait, where is it? Hold on, let me grab one. Okay, so here we go. I can hardly tell the difference between these two hands, but there is a difference. One, what I would say is, you know, you would use for blasting. So this one, the fingers are a little bit more curved. Very slightly, but a little more curved. The curved ones, to me, would be like the repulsor effect. So you're using the blaster. So in my opinion, this is kind of how you would do it. You know, you're using the blast effect, you're gesturing, and you're shooting out. There. The more straight hands, in my opinion, and again, you can hardly tell, the more straight hands, to me, feel like they're actually going to be the flight hands, or, you know, kind of the balancing hands. So, you know, as you take off, you know, you have to use the hands to help balance. In my opinion, that's what those are. You could do it however you want, but just know that, again, it's hard to tell the difference between these. So we have these sets. So, you know, the flight hand, the blaster hand, and then you also get like the flight hand and blaster hand, but with the silver there for the repulsor, instead of having the peg hole. So you get all those sets of hands, and then you get fists, and then you get one additional hand on the right that you can use to salute. So there we go. So you have that extra hand there. So those are all the accessories, and of course the stand that all ThreeZero DLX Marvel Studios Infinity Saga figures come with. I'm not going to be pulling out that stand for this review, but let's go ahead and now just jump right into the articulation. Okay, so actually there is batteries in there, and they're not dead, so when I opened it up, I'm like, oh, it lights up. So you can see the difference. That, believe it or not, you see that little dot? That's lit up. Maybe new fresh batteries will light it up a little bit more, but this for sure is 1,000,000 times better than what this was, because I remember this one not looking good on the light up feature. You know, maybe I should just change the bat. Oh, see, look, that's on. You can see the light back there. It's just not a good light at all, whereas this one's so much brighter. Makes a huge difference. Yeah, that's just crazy. So, big, huge improvement to the War Machine versus the Iron Patriot. Okay, so War Machine's articulation. The head, you can get the head to go back along with that neck. That much there. We do get a little gap there, so you just want to be mindful of that, but when you're into fight poses, it probably won't be so bad. He can look down that much. You can get a swivel a little bit in there. You can't do a full swivel, and you get some good pivot going on in there. The shoulder cannon can swivel in there. The cannon portion itself, the barrel, can swivel as well, and then this hinges up and you can kind of move it around like so. One thing that you can't do, unfortunately, is put this onto the other shoulder. So it has like a track, or the suit had a track, so then you could put it on the different sides, but the shoulder cannon itself in figure form does not, because as you can see, it pegs in there. There's no peg hole on the other side, so just a heads up on that. And because I don't want, this is, you know, fairly thin plastic, I don't want any chances of the figure falling down. These guys are heavy because there's some die-cast parts in there that this breaks. So I'm going to go ahead and take that off, and then we'll take a look at the rest of the articulation. So the shoulder, you can get the shoulder pad to come on out, and what that does is it allows you to be able to move the arm around as much as you need, and then you can kind of place that shoulder pad back to where, you know, you want it to be, and they just clip on and off. As you can see, I just, you know, undid that one by mistake, and I just clip that on like so. Whoops, hold on. You can see the little clip there, and then I'm just gonna clip that back on. Hold on, you get the arm out a little bit. All right, hold on. So you can pull the arm out a little bit, and that helps get this clip out. This is some of the troubles that you have with it. There we go. There. Get a nice clip in there. Nice little snap. So you can pull that arm out a little bit, as you can see there. You can see that mechanism right there pulls out, so you can get the arm out and up. That acts as a butterfly, so you can come forward with it. You can't actually go back with it, so it just comes forward a little bit. So you can move the shoulder pad around, you know, as you need. And then here you have upper bicep swivel in there, double jointed elbow that is pinless. You get that much bend there at the elbow, which is nice. Wrist swivel, and they do hinge. There's only a little bit of hinge because they're on a ball joint, and that's really it. So you can get some circular motion in there. It does have a little bit of limited range of motion in those wrists, so just a heads up on that. And I just pulled that shoulder pad off there too. So pull that clip out a little bit, and then boom, a little bit easier there. The diaphragm cut on War Machine is there, so you could tilt to the left a little bit there. You could tilt to the right a little bit there. You get the swivel in that diaphragm, as you can see there. And then coming forward, you get a couple of moving parts in there. So you can actually come forward that far, which is good because the guy in a suit, he's not really going to be able to bend a whole lot. Can't really go back, and I think that's a good thing. The legs have drop-down hips. On the time with the Iron Patriot, when I reviewed it, I had no idea he had drop-down hips. So that is a really cool thing. And with that drop-down leg, what you could do is you could pull out this thigh piece there, and that allows you some really good motion. So you can get that leg to kick all the way forward, which is awesome. And then you can actually get that leg to go back a fair amount of ways. Also, you get a swivel in there, so you don't have to have the leg pulled down to be able to do that swivel. So just heads up on there. You have this armor piece there, and that can fold out, so you can allow the leg to go out to the side there. So if I fold that out, I drop this leg as well, you can get the legs to go that far apart, which is really good. So that's awesome that we have that. And then you can have these moving parts, so nothing will break and it won't hit up against each other or anything like that. So a very nice touch that we get that. So then you got a double jointed knee like so. Nice bend there at the knee. No calf swivel of any kind. I pulled that off. That can go right back on. Foot hinges down a little bit. You get a little bit of hinge up, and you do have some toe hinge in there. And then you can see like the back of the foot can open up, and then the top of the foot can open up there for you, to move the foot around there. And it kind of covers up the ball peg that's in there that holds the feet. I wish there was more pivot on those ankles. There's just a little bit, and they're just kind of a little bit tricky. I wish there was a little bit more range of motion in there for them. Okay, so for side-by-side comparison, here we have the ThreeZero DLX War Machine next to the Marvel Legends War Machine. So 1/12 scale on the Marvel Legends scale was not always Hasbro's strong suit. The ThreeZero figures are considered a 1/12 scale, although they are more of a 1/10 scale, around a 7-inch figure. As you can see, they're extremely large compared to Marvel Legends figures. But they're so much better, so much detailed. Sculpt wise, paint wise, everything like that is just so much better all the way around. But if I'm being honest, ThreeZero, I don't know how they would do with realistic faces. They don't do any unhelmeted heads or any open-faced any like helmets like at least Hasbro did. It may not look it because the paint and the colors makes a figure look completely different, but these are the same exact figures, just repaints of each other. So it's crazy, what a little bit of color will do. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, which one do you think looks better? I, for one, love the way the War Machine, the black and silver look together. Red and blue is cool, but the black and silver, so much better. Just classic War Machine versus, the red, white, and blue. But you guys let me know, which one do you like more? Okay, so the latest round of the ThreeZero DLX Marvel Studios Infinity Saga figures that I have picked up, courtesy of Big Bad Toy Store. These are all in stock and ready to ship, by the way. So links in the video description below. And then there's the other suits and armors that are up for pre-order. So the Iron Man Mark IV, Mark V, Mark VI, Mark VII, the Mark 85, and the Mark 43 just recently sold out, which I was just waiting for it to be in stock to order, so I missed out on that, and I'm super bummed. And then the Mark 44 Hulkbuster are all available for pre-order. But out of this latest batch of figures that I picked up, the War Machine is actually going to be my favorite. I thought I was going to be completely head over heels in love with Iron Spider. While I do really like it, the chest is a little bit big for me. I love the accessories, the spider legs, pinchers, as that instruction booklet called it, are really amazing. It's an awesome figure, but this War Machine just so nice. The Mark II is really good in the all silver. The Mark III classic, red and gold Iron Man, from the movie. But the War Machine, just something about it I just love. But you guys let me know down in the comments below, of these four, which one do you like the most if you're looking to pick them up. And I highly recommend, again, these are mini Hot Toy figures. I highly recommend. So links in the video description below to pick them up from BigBadToyStore.com. If you guys like this video, please do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and as always, thank you for watching.